Today on OC News.
The House of Representatives voted to ban TikTok after arguing the app poses a national security threat for the average American.
California will enact a raise in minimum wage to $20 for fast food workers as a way to relieve the lack of living necessities.
The Eilish siblings popped off with an Oscar win, with Ryan Gosling showing off his Canaction.
We have all this and more on OC News.
This just now in tech news. The first responder on the scene. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts over the years.
Blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Thank you for tuning in to OC News tonight. I'm Isaiah Malari.
And I'm Alberto Ortega. OC News is brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
President Biden and former President Trump have both clinched nominations in both parties heading to a general election rematch. It's the first presidential election in nearly 70 years in which the same nominees will face off against each other in a rematch. Biden and Trump have won enough delegates to become the presumptive nominees of their parties in Tuesday's latest round of primaries. The rematch, long anticipated but hardly clamored for, is broadly expected to mirror the 2020 campaign.
Your favorite way to pass time may soon be taken away. TikTok is once again being talked about in our nation's capital. The House of Representatives approved a bill that would ban TikTok, the popular social media platform in the U.S., unless the social media platform spun off to its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. Legislators approved the measures by a vote of 352 to 65. However, the bill now goes to the Senate, where its prospects are unclear. Lawmakers supportive of the bill have argued TikTok poses a national security threat because the Chinese government could use its intelligence laws against ByteDance, forcing it to hand over the data of U.S. app users. TikTok has called the legislation an attack on the constitutional right of freedom to expression for its users.
The aircraft manufacturing company Boeing has been under a lot of heat recently for serious safety issues, and now someone who raised quality concerns has been found dead. The former Boeing whistleblower, John Barnett, who worked for Boeing for more than 30 years, was found dead in a South Carolina hotel parking lot from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. He had been giving evidence in a lawsuit against the company. Boeing has also had several safety issues and mechanical concerns. A New Zealand air flight dropped hundreds of feet after the pilot lost control, and a United Airlines flight claims their flight controls jammed during a landing in New Jersey. And there's also the blown-out door on an Alaskan Airlines flight.
Disneyland's new Ford project will bring a new look to the house that will build within the next 10 years. Our very own Cynthia Saavedra has more on the story.
Disneyland Forward was first introduced in 2021, and in 2023, Disneyland executives revealed new details about the project, including Disneyland-sponsored economic study from Cal State Fullerton, estimating that for every $1 billion Disney invests to an updated and renovated resort, more than 4,000 jobs and $1.1 billion in economic output would be generated during the 4 years construction period.
Disneyland is looking to expand in the next 10 years here in the city of Anaheim. And the city of Anaheim just took a vote and greenlighted the Disneyland Forward project. Disneyland will be looking different. They'll be adding more attractions, entertainment, and dining.
More job opportunities, more tourism for the state of California. And help us students maybe go work there, and they do help with your tuition. You do get free perks of free tickets to bring your friends and family in.
Disney would guarantee the city of Anaheim $30 million for affordable housing, $8 million for parks, and $35 million for nearby road improvements. Right now, there isn't enough room in the original Disneyland in Anaheim to build something on that large of a scale without affecting existing attractions, said Rachel Adele, Disney's Senior Vice President of Global Development and Finance.
The Anaheim City Council will still need to approve it, and that will be taking part next month at a meeting here at City Hall. That's all I have for you today. Back to the studio. I'm Cynthia Saavedra for OC News.
After the break, we have more updates on a Ukraine weapons package.
And later we have more on the flashy winners coming from the Oscars. Stay with us. The Pentagon will send about $300 million in weapons to Ukraine. Officials say they found some cost savings in contracts, but Ukraine needs $10 billion to replenish the supplies it has pulled from its stocks to help Kyiv in desperate fight against Russia. The announcement comes from Polish leaders were in Washington to press the U.S. to break its impasse over the funds. Ukraine is at a critical moment in which they are running low on munitions. The effort to get funds for weapons have stalled in the House because of the Republican opposition.
Next month, 556,000 Californians will see a pay increase after a new minimum wage law is enacted. We're going to go to the reporter Ty Therian for more.
Beginning on April 1st of this year, there will be major changes to the minimum wage for over 500,000 fast food employees in the state of California. The minimum wage is now being increased to $20 an hour. This is about a $4 increase compared to the average hourly wage of fast food employees in the year 2023. Roughly 60 fast food franchises will be affected by the minimum wage increase. Companies such as McDonald's, Chipotle, and Subway have all stated that they will be increasing menu prices as soon as the minimum wage is enacted in April 1st, 2024. California Governor Newsom believes that the new legislation will bring relief to thousands of Californians fighting for the basic living necessities.
The majority are breadwinners. And we have the opportunity to reward that contribution, reward that sacrifice, and stabilize an industry in turn.
California Governor Newsom believes that the new legislation will bring relief to thousands of Californians fighting for basic living necessities. Now, while this plan sounds amazing in that it would only bring benefits to the community, there are a few downsides to the new legislation. This new law is very specific in describing what a fast food restaurant is and isn't, and emphasizes that bakeries are not fast food. Any restaurant that bakes and sells their own bread, like 85 Degrees or Panera, will not be included in the new legislation. A new fear among restaurant employees is that the restaurants will have to fire some of their employees because of the wage increase. Some estimate that around 50,000 jobs will be lost in response to the new law. With so many uncertainties, it will certainly be an interesting April in California. I'm Ty Therian for OC News. Back to you in the studio.
Hey, I don't know about you, but daylight saving times has really been affecting me. And to learn more about the side effects on daylight saving times on college students, let's hear more from our very own AJ Yabut.
It's that time of the year again when we willingly give ourselves a jet lag minus a vacation as daylight savings time takes place. I created an online survey and asked my peers to answer a series of questions pertaining to daylight savings time, their sleep patterns, and productivity. As college students, we juggle numerous responsibilities from school, having a job, and a social life, giving us such a hectic schedule, which often leads in us prioritizing these commitments and neglecting our health, including our sleep. Yet little do we know that the quality and quantity of sleep that we get could actually affect just about every single aspect of our lives. I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Selena Nguyen Rodriguez, a professor of health science at Cal State Long Beach who teaches in public health and includes a psychosocial approach, and discussed the data that I received. The first thing I asked her is how much sleep do college students actually need in order to function well? The recommendations from the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and National Sleep Foundation suggest 7 to 9 hours of sleep is optimal for health. However, it should be noted that sleep need can vary by individual. In my survey, I asked my peers about the statistics of their sleep, and Dr. Nguyen Rodriguez commented on the data that shows some of my peers get as little as 1 to 4 hours of sleep, which may sound alarming. She states that, in the sense that this is probably not nearly enough sleep to meet physiological needs, it's not a surprise. Given the demands and activities of college student life, sleep is often the health behavior that gets sacrificed. Lastly, I asked Dr. Nguyen Rodriguez on her personal opinion on the matter of daylight savings time, and this is what she had to say. It wreaks havoc on our mental health as well as our physical health, and this shift is a difficult one for our bodies to adapt to. So we're tired and cranky and we feel off, which is an unnecessary stress. I encourage everyone to advocate for policy change to support getting rid of daylight savings time. Well, that pretty much sums up the effects of daylight savings time on college students. I hope you all have adjusted to our new time zone by now, but for those who are still struggling, I'm with you. This is AJ Yabwood reporting for OC News.
After we come back, Adidas is facing some financial trouble in North America.
And several celebrities won their first Oscars. Stay tuned for more.
You'll be the first, Mija.
I got in. Dad, I got in!
You should know this one. Who knows it?
So how's it going in school?
Finish those before you go.
That seeks to develop mutually beneficial relationships with all of our audience.
Hey, do you know what this word means? Empowerment? Authority or power given to someone to do something.
EMPOWERMENT. T. Empowerment.
Welcome back to OC News. In recent years, there has been controversy between a certain artist and a well-known shoe brand. The shoe company Adidas lost $63 million in 2023 after separating itself in 2022 from Kanye West's Yeezus brand due to his anti-Semitic comments. Adidas has seen a constant decline in North American sales as well as a hefty tax bill. The company plans to continue selling the remaining Yeezy products, but promises to donate some of the revenue to organizations that combat discrimination and hate.
Now let's take a look with our sports anchor, Barrio Cortez, to see what's cooking up in the sports world.
Thank you so much, Roberto. Well, it's been a hot start to the NFL free agency, so let's get right into it. Let's start with the 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback, Russell Wilson, who announced he'll be signing a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. The contract will cost the Steelers $1.2 million in 2024, while the Denver Broncos will be paying a majority of the massive $39 million contract that Wilson signed with them in 2022. Wilson already posted his new uniform on X, where he revealed that he'll be wearing number 3 for the Steel Curtain. Let's continue talking about some quarterbacks. The Atlanta Falcons announced on Monday that they would be signing the 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback Kirk Cousins to a $180 million contract that includes a $15 million signing bonus. Cousins is coming off a season-ending Achilles tendon rupture that he suffered with the Vikings in a Week 8 game against the Green Bay Packers in October of 2023. Now let's talk some basketball. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers faced off Tuesday night in a crucial game that could potentially impact their seeding in the Western Conference standings. The Clippers came out red hot and led by 22 points in the second quarter, but check this out. Kawhi Leonard had to leave the arena in the second half after only playing 12 minutes due to back spasms. Anthony Edwards said not so fast and led the Timberwolves back from that 22-point deficit and won the game 118-100. Ant-Man finished the game with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Thank you for tuning into our sports segment. That'll be all from me. Let's go to you, Isaiah.
Thank you, Braulio. Last Sunday's Oscars had some memorable moments and made musical history. Let's take a look. First up, we have a sibling duo, Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas O'Connell, becoming the youngest two-time winners in Oscar history after taking the award for the best song in Barbie. Davine Joy Randolph, who plays a grieving cook in The Holdovers, won an award for her performance as well, making this her first Oscar as well. Oppenheimer was not shy about the spotlight as Christopher Nolan won Best Picture and Best Director. Robert Downey Jr., RDJ, won Best Supporting Actor, and Cillian Murphy also won Best Actor.
Is it me or do you feel that connection? Do you feel that?
All I know is that we're in a Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Nah, I agree. Thank you for joining us on OC News. Our next newscast comes to you in just a few minutes.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at Titan TV CSUF. From all of us here at OC News, have a great evening.